Ladies and gentlemen, our topic today is learn to rise and shine. Now, you might be thinking, Jim, that sounds like a nice little saying, but what does it really mean? Well, let me tell you, it's much more than just a catchy phrase. It's a philosophy, a way of life that can propel you towards success and fulfillment like nothing else. You see, rising and shining isn't just about getting out of bed in the morning, although that's certainly part of it. It's about approaching each day with purpose, with enthusiasm, with a burning desire to make the most of every opportunity that comes your way. It's about developing the habits and mindset that will allow you to consistently perform at your best, to stand out from the crowd, to truly shine in everything you do. Now, I want you to think for a moment about the sun. Every morning, without fail, it rises. It doesn't matter if it's cloudy, if there's a storm, if the world below is in chaos. The sun rises and it shines. That's what we need to learn to do in our own lives. We need to learn to rise above our circumstances, above our challenges, above our own limitations. We need to learn to shine our light, to bring our unique gifts and talents to the world, regardless of what's going on around us. But here's the thing. Rising and shining isn't something that just happens. It's not a matter of luck or circumstances. It's a skill, a discipline that we need to cultivate. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. I want to share with you the principles and practices that will help you become someone who consistently rises and shines, someone who makes the most of every day and achieves extraordinary results in life. Let's start with the first part of our theme. Learning to rise. Rising is all about how you start your day. You see, the way you begin your day sets the tone for everything that follows. If you start your day sluggish and unmotivated, chances are the rest of your day will follow suit. But if you start your day with energy, with purpose, with a clear vision of what you want to accomplish, you set yourself up for success right from the get-go. So, how to learn to rise effectively? It starts with developing a powerful morning routine. Now, I'm not talking about hitting the snooze button 5 times and then rushing out the door with a cup of coffee in your hand. I'm talking about an intentional, purposeful routine that prepares you mentally, physically, and emotionally for the day ahead. For me, rising starts the night before. I always make sure to get to bed at a reasonable hour because I know that getting enough sleep is crucial for my energy and productivity the next day. Then I set my alarm for early in the morning, and when I say early, I mean early. I'm usually up before the sun. Why? Because those early morning hours are golden. They're quiet, they're peaceful, and they give you a chance to get a head start on the day before the rest of the world wakes up. When that alarm goes off, I don't hit snooze. I get up immediately. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but Jim, I'm not a morning person. I can't possibly get up that early. And to that, I say, you can do anything you decide to do. Being a morning person isn't something you're born with. It's a habit you develop. And like any habit, it takes time and consistency to build. Once I'm up, the first thing I do is hydrate. I drink a big glass of water to wake up my body and get my metabolism going. Then I spend some time in quiet reflection. For some people, this might be prayer or meditation. For others, it might be journaling or simply sitting in silence. The important thing is to give yourself some time to center your thoughts and set your intentions for the day. Next, I get my body moving. Exercise is a crucial part of my morning routine. It doesn't have to be a grueling workout. Even a brisk walk or some light stretching can do wonders for your energy levels and mental clarity. The key is to get your blood flowing and your muscles activated. After that, I fuel my body with a nutritious breakfast. Remember, you are what you eat, and if you want to rise and shine, you need to give your body the right fuel. Skip the sugary cereals and pastries. Opt for something that will provide sustained energy throughout the morning. Maybe some eggs, some whole grain toast, some fruit. Finally, I spend some time on personal development. I might read a few pages of an inspiring book, listen to a motivational podcast, or review my goals for the day, week, and month. This helps me to start the day with a growth mindset always looking for ways to improve and progress. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Jim, that sounds like a lot. I don't have time for all that in the morning. And I understand we're all busy. We all have demands on our time. But here's the thing. You can't afford not to make time for this. The way you start your day is going to impact everything else you do. If you want to rise and shine, if you want to achieve extraordinary results in your life, you need to prioritize your morning routine. Start small if you need to. Maybe you can't do everything I've described right away. That's okay. Start with just one or two elements. Maybe you commit to getting up 30 minutes earlier and using that time for some quiet reflection and goal setting. As that becomes a habit, you can add more elements to your routine. The key is to start somewhere and to be consistent. Now, let's talk about the second part of our thing. Learning to shine. Shining is all about how you show up in the world. It's about bringing your best self to everything you do, about making a positive impact on the people and situations around you. Shining starts with your attitude. You see, your attitude is like a magnet. It attracts to you whatever you focus on. If you approach each day with a negative attitude, expecting problems and difficulties, guess what? That's exactly what you're going to get. But if you approach each day with a positive attitude, expecting good things to happen, looking for opportunities rather than obstacles, you're going to shine. You're going to attract positive experiences and outcomes. Now, I'm not talking about some kind of naive optimism here. I'm talking about a realistic but positive outlook. It's about choosing to focus on solutions rather than problems, on possibilities rather than limitations. It's about deciding, no matter what happens, that you're going to make the best of it. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're stuck in traffic on your way to an important meeting. You have two choices in that moment. You can get frustrated, honk your horn, complain about the other drivers, and work yourself into a state of stress and anxiety. Or you can choose to use that time productively. Maybe you review your notes for the meeting. Maybe you listen to an audiobook and learn something new. Maybe you use the time to practice some deep breathing and arrive at your meeting calm and centered. Same situation, but two very different outcomes. And the difference? Your attitude, your choice in how to respond to the situation. That's what shining is all about. It's about choosing your response in every situation rather than just reacting based on your emotions or circumstances. Shining also means constantly working on self-improvement. You see, if you want to shine, you need to be the best version of yourself. And that doesn't happen by accident. It happens through consistent, intentional effort to grow and develop yourself. This means investing in your education. And I'm not just talking about formal schooling here, although that can certainly be part of it. I'm talking about being a lifelong learner, reading books, attending seminars, seeking out mentors, always looking for ways to expand your knowledge and skills. It means taking care of your health. Your body is the vehicle through which you experience life. If you want to shine, you need to keep that vehicle in top condition. That means eating right, exercising regularly, getting enough sleep, managing your stress levels. It means developing your character, your integrity, your work ethic, your ability to persevere in the face of challenges. These are the qualities that will allow you to truly shine. They're what will set you apart from the crowd and make people want to work with you, do business with you, be around you. Now here's something important to understand about shining. It's not about being perfect. It's not about never making mistakes or never facing setbacks. In fact, some of the brightest moments in our lives often come after periods of darkness or difficulty. Think about a diamond. You know how a diamond is formed? It's formed under intense pressure deep beneath the Earth's surface. It's that pressure that transforms a lump of carbon into a brilliant, valuable gem. In the same way, the challenges and difficulties we face in life can be the very things that cause us to shine the brightest. So don't be afraid of challenges. Don't shy away from difficult situations. Instead, see them as opportunities to grow, to learn, to shine even brighter. When you face a setback, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to become better, stronger, more resilient? This brings me to another crucial aspect of rising and shining resilience. You see, life isn't always going to go the way we want it to. There will be obstacles, setbacks, disappointments. But it's not what happens to us that determines our success. It's how we respond to what happens. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to keep going when things get tough. It's what allows us to rise, even when we've been knocked down, to shine even when the world around us seems dark. Developing resilience is like building a muscle. It takes practice. It takes repetition. Every time you face a challenge and overcome it, you're building your resilience muscle. Every time you pick yourself up after a failure and try again, you're getting stronger. So how do we build resilience? It starts with your mindset. Instead of seeing problems as insurmountable obstacles, see them as challenges to be overcome. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to become stronger? It also involves developing a support system. Surround yourself with positive, supportive people who believe in you and encourage you. Having people in your corner who can lift you up when you're down, who can remind you of your strengths when you're doubting yourself, that's invaluable. Another key aspect of rising and shining is goal setting. You see, if you want to rise above your current circumstances, if you want to shine brighter than you ever have before, you need to have a clear vision of where you're going. You need to set goals that inspire you, that challenge you, that pull you forward. Now, when I talk about goal setting, I'm not just talking about writing down a wish list. I'm talking about setting smart goals. Goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Goals that give you a clear target to aim for and a way to measure your progress. First thing about goal glee, they're not just about the end result. The real value of a goal is who you become in the process of achieving it. The skills you develop, the knowledge you gain, the character you build, that's where the true goal is. So when you set your goals, don't just focus on what you want to achieve. Think about who you need to become to achieve those goals. What habits do you need to develop? What skills do you need to acquire? What mindset shifts do you need to make? And remember, goals aren't set in stone. As you grow and change, your goals may change too. That's okay. The important thing is to always have something you're working towards, something that excites you, something that makes you want to jump out of bed in the morning ready to rise and shine. Now let's talk about another crucial aspect of rising and shining, taking action. You see, all the positive thinking in the world, all the goal setting, all the personal development, none of it matters if you don't take action. Success is not about what you know. It's about what you do with what you know. One of the biggest differences between those who rise and shine and those who don't is this: action. Successful people are action takers. They don't just dream about what they want. They go out and make it happen. They don't wait for the perfect conditions. They create their own opportunities. Now, I know taking action can be scary sometimes. It involves risk. It involves the possibility of failure. But here's the thing. The biggest risk in life is not taking any risks at all. If you never step out of your comfort zone, if you never take a chance, you'll never know what you're truly capable of. So I challenge you, take action today. Take one step, no matter how small, towards your goals. Make that phone call you've been putting off. Start writing that book you've been thinking about. Sign up for that class you've been considering. Whatever it is, do something today to move yourself forward. And here's the amazing thing about taking actions. It creates momentum. Once you start moving, it becomes easier to keep moving. Once you start seeing results, even small ones, it motivates you to do more. It's like pushing a boulder down a hill. The hardest part is getting it moving, but once it starts rolling, it picks up speed on its own. Now, as we talk about rising and shining, it's important to address the role of discipline. You see, motivation is great, inspiration is wonderful, but what really separates those who consistently rise and shine from those who don't is discipline. Discipline is what gets you out of bed when your alarm goes off, even when you're tired and would rather sleep in. Discipline is what keeps you working on your goals, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is what allows you to say no to short-term pleasures in favor of long-term success. Discipline isn't about punishment or deprivation. It's about freedom. It's about creating the habits and routines that allow you to consistently perform at your best. It's about doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. And here's the good news. Discipline can be developed. It's a skill just like any other. The more you practice it, the stronger it becomes. Start small. Choose one area of your life where you want to be more disciplined. Maybe it's your morning routine, or your exercise habits, or your work schedule. Focus on building discipline in that one area until it becomes second nature. Then move on to another area. Remember, rising and shining isn't about being perfect. It's not about never having bad days or never making mistakes. It's about consistently showing up, consistently putting in the effort, consistently working towards your goals. And that's where discipline comes in. Now, let's talk about another crucial aspect of rising and shine. Your environment. You see, we are all influenced by our environment, the people we spend time with, the information we consume, and the physical spaces we inhabit. If you want to consistently rise and shine, you need to create an environment that supports and encourages that. This means surrounding yourself with positive, supportive people, people who believe in you, who challenge you to be your best self, who lift you up rather than drag you down. It means being mindful of the media you consume, the books you read, the shows you watch, the social media you engage with. Are these things inspiring you, educating you, helping you grow? Are they distracting you, draining your energy, pulling you off? It also means creating physical spaces that support your goals. Is your workspace organized and conducive to productivity? Is your home a place of rest and rejuvenation? Remember, your outer world often reflects your inner world, and vice versa. By creating an environment that supports your goals and values, you make it easier to consistently rise and shine. Another key aspect of rising and shining is continuous improvement. You see, success isn't a destination, it's a journey. It's not about reaching a certain point and then stopping. It's about constantly growing, constantly evolving, constantly becoming a better version of yourself. This means always looking for ways to improve, always seeking out new knowledge and skills. It means being willing to step out of your comfort zone, to try new things, to take on new challenges. It means being open to feedback and criticism, seeing them not as personal attacks, but as opportunities for growth. And here's the thing about continuous improvement. It's not about making massive changes overnight. It's about making small, consistent improvements over time. It's about getting just a little bit better each day. Because those small improvements compounded over time lead to massive results. Think about it this way. If you improve just one each day over the course of a year, you'll be 37 times better than when you started. That's the power of continuous improvement. That's how you rise higher and shine brighter than you ever thought possible. Now, as we talk about rising and shining, it's important to address the role of service. You see, true success isn't just about what you achieve for yourself. It's about the impact you have on others. It's about using your talents, your resources, your success to make a positive difference in the world. When you approach life with a mindset of service, when you look for ways to add value to others, something amazing happens. Not only do you make the world a better place, but you also enrich your own life in the process. You find more meaning, more fulfillment, more joy. So as you rise and shine, as you work towards your goals and dreams, always be asking yourself, how can I use this to serve others? How can I use my success to make a positive impact? How can I lift others as I climb? This doesn't mean you have to neglect your own needs or goals. It's not about sacrificing yourself for others. It's about finding ways to align your personal success with making a positive impact on the world around you. When you do this, you'll find that your light shines even brighter, and your own success becomes even more meaningful and fulfilling. As we wrap up our discussion on learning to rise and shine, I want to leave you with this final thought. Rising and shining is a choice. It's a choice you make every single day, with every action you take, with every thought you think. It's not always easy. There will be days when you feel like staying in bed, when the challenges seem overwhelming, when your light feels dim. But remember, just like the sun rises every morning, without fail, you too have the power to rise above your circumstances, to shine your light no matter what. So I challenge you. Choose to rise and shine. Choose to make the most of each day. Choose to continually grow and improve. Choose to make a positive impact on the world around you. Because when you consistently rise and shine, you not only transform your own life, but you also inspire others to do the same. You become a beacon of light in a world that desperately needs it. And that, my friends, is how we create real, lasting change, one rising, shining individual at a time. Thank you.